Hello everyone, I am Alina Marie C. Gamalo and we are group number 2. We are going to discuss chapter 2, Review of Related Literature. What is a literature review? A literature review is an academic text that provides an overview of a particular topic. It helps identify what is known and not known about a certain subject of study. It involves the use of higher order thinking skills such as the review, evaluation, and synthesis of several scholarly works. These scholarly works includes journal articles, professional books, online sources, and specialized references. These are some of the questions that your literature review should answer. What do we already know in the immediate area concerned? What are the characteristics of the key concepts or the main factors or variables? What are the relationship between these key concepts, factors, or variables? What are the existing theories? Where are the inconsistency or shortcoming in our knowledge and understanding? What views need to be further tested? What evidence is lacking, inconclusive, contradictory, or too limited? Why study further the research problem? What contribution can the present study be expected to make? What research design or method seems unsatisfactory? Function of literature review. It establishes the research gap that the study intends to fill. It further helps in establishing the research gap. It provides important information about your topic and the concept related to it. It presents the contradiction between and among previous literatures. It justifies your methodology. Steps in writing literature review. Literature search, evaluation and analysis, identifying themes, debates, and gaps, outline your literature review structure, write your literature review. Step 1. Literature search. This is the stage which the researcher systematically looks for and select reference materials relevant to the study. It is necessary to survey all possible sources of references, especially those that are written by the leading scholars in the field of your study. Make a list of keywords. Create a list of keywords related to your research questions. Include each of the key concepts or variables you are interested in, and list any synonym and related terms. For example, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. Body image, self-perception, self-esteem, mental health. Generation Z, teenagers, adolescents, youth. Search for relevant sources. Use your keywords to begin searching for sources. Read the abstract to find out whether an article is relevant to your questions. The following are some of the useful database to search for journals and articles. First is your University Library Catalog, Google Scholar, GSTOR, EBSCO, Science Direct, ProQuest, Sage Publication, and many more. To help you narrow down your search, you can use Boolean operators such as AND or NOT. Use AND to find sources that contain more than one keyword. For example, social media and body image and Generation Z. Use OR to find sources that contains one of a range of synonym. For example, Generation Z or teenager or adolescents. Use NOT to exclude results containing certain term. For example, apple, not fruit. And you can use quotation mark to search for a specific phrase. For example, top Philippine university. Step 2. Evaluation and analysis. In this stage, further screening of the selected references is conducted for reliability and usefulness. It will also ensure that the material being used in the paper are only those that are closely related to the research topic. In conducting evaluation and analysis, you should obtain an overview of the references you selected. This will help you determine the relevance of the content to your research. Find out if they are published by a reputable publisher or journal, and written by legitimate scholar in your field of study. Refrain from using references published by predatory journals or publishers as they do not guarantee quality. You should refrain from using materials that do not directly explain the concept related to your study. Use references that have been published within the last 5 years. Group the references according to the categories you used during your literature search. Carefully read each of the materials and note down the key information in these materials. Determine which information you can include in your literature review. You can use a concept map to see the relationship, similarities, and differences among the materials you have read.
Hello ma'am, good day. I am Mormon Mrs. Parago and this is my report. Step 3. Identify themes, debates, and gaps. To begin organizing your literature reviews, argument, and structure, you need to understand the connections and relationships between the sources you've read. Things to look for: trends and patterns, themes, debates and contradictions, and gaps. Trends and patterns. Theories, methods, results. Is there a clusters of studies that focus on the same method? Themes. Is there any concepts or questions that repeat again and again? Debates and contradiction. If there is any research that goes against the general consensus, then it should be addressed. Gaps. What could be missing and weaknesses of the literature? Example of trends and gaps. In reviewing the literature on social media and body image, you note that most research has focused on young women. There is an increasing interest in visual aspects of social media, but there is still a lack of robust research on highly visual platforms like Instagram and Snapchat. This is a gap that you could address in your own research. Step 4. Outline your literature review structure. Chronological. From older to more recent publication, the simplest approach to trace the development of the topic over time. Analyze the patterns, turning points, and debates that have shaped a direction of the field. Give your interpretation of how and why certain developments occurred. Thematic. Organized around several key themes. If there are some recurring central themes, you can organize your literature review into subsections that address different aspects of the topic. Example, you are reviewing literature about inequalities in migrant health outcomes. Key themes might include healthcare policy, language barriers, cultural attitudes, legal status, and economic access. Methodological. Sources are from different disciplines or fields that use a variety of research methods. Compare the different research methods being used across studies. Theoretical. You can use it to discuss various theories, models, and definition of key concepts. Step 5. Writing the literature review. Introduction. States the focus and purpose of literature review. Emphasize the timelessness of the topic. Highlight a gap in literature. Body. You can divide it into subsections and use subheadings. Themes, time period, methodological approach. Main body. Summarize and synthesize, analyze and interpret sources, critically evaluate sources, and structured paragraph. Conclusion. Summarize the key findings you have taken from the literature and emphasize their significance. Show your research addresses gaps and contributes new knowledge.
So, good day everyone. I am John Philip Sidons Reyes. I am part of this group which report about review of related literatures. As of my part, I will discuss about important skill in writing the literature review. There are two important skills in writing the literature review, which is the synthesizing and note taking. Talking about synthesizing, these skills involved in reviewing different references and consolidating different ideas into one cohesive text. So, in synthesizing, there are two types, which is the micro and macro synthesis. talking about microsynthesis, it is a consolidation of ideas which will explain a concept. So, there are effective ways, strategies to perform micro level synthesis. First is look into and take note of related ideas in the material you are examining. So, while you are reviewing different source of materials or reference, you must take note those different ideas. Uh, then second is the cluster the ideas among the materials. So different materials will gain you a different ideas, but some of ideas are different. So uh, uh, arrange it or consolidate it according to your needs. So third is decide on how will you arrange your ideas. So there are different uh, there are different mm, there are different classification or arrangement of ideas, which is you can arrange it to a common ideas, which will give the overview of your topic. Then the distinct, which is will relate to your studies. So the last is insert the corresponding citation while writing the synthesis. So this is the most important thing in reviewing and uh, finding information on different references. So proceed to macro synthesis. Macrosynthesis consolidate several studies and establish research gap and drawing conclusion based on similarities and difference of review references and studies. So macro, which involve different a lot of different references. Uh, when consolidating, you will find the differences and similarities of ideas, which will establish a research gap. So, and there are effective strategies performed for macro synthesis. First is note similarities and difference in your reference that are relevant to your study. So, after you have read different source, you need to take note or not. You need to uh, remember those similarities and difference from the said source. So second is take note of the issue that were not addressed by your references. So uh, different references, it may give you a lot of ideas, but some of it still uh, lacking in relating to your studies. So arrange the related studies and reference logically. This can be done either thematically or chronologically. So last is draw conclusion in order to highlight in their importance. So every idea, if you can give a conclusion to them based on your study, so it can give us, you can give the one importance of them to your study. So the second skill is note taking. So note taking is writing information from a source text and integrating this information into the current study. So it said that it is information from different references or source. It may be text, then writing it to integrate this information to your study. So there are two commons of note taking, which is summarizing and paraphrasing. Talking about summarizing, condensing a lengthy piece of source material. So you can summarize new idea from different source. Also, you can paraphrasing it. paraphrasing involved in rewording ideas from original text to more detailed way. So you can sa paraphrasing, you can exchange, you can change word, different word, but uh, it is the idea uh, the idea is there, but the words used or the sentence used was different. Not from summarizing that a broad idea or a long sentence can be shortened, and you can get the main point from that idea. So uh, there are still effective strategies in summarizing. First is you must read carefully the text and fully understand its content. So annotate the text. Third is write bibliographical information in the first sentence of the summary. So before you start, uh, you, you need to write those important information in the first paragraph in the first page of your paper. Then fourth is identify the main idea of each paragraph. Write it on your own words. So um, after reading the different paragraph, you can gain new idea. So you can write it on your own words. Then fifth is the combine these sentences into coherent paragraph using coherent devices. So after you have gained those ideas from different source or different paragraph, you can combine them with the proper or appropriate coherent devices. So effective strategies for paraphrasing. So we have first the read passage thoroughly and comprehend it fully. Read it carefully and then understand it well. So second is highlight the relevant words and phrases in the passage and retain them in your paraphrase text. However, you need to present this word phrase in different manners. So understanding those paragraph or idea, you can write them or you can exchange the word or sentence it used, but the main thing is the idea or the meaning of the paragraph are still there. So third is you may also annotate the text. It needs to make sense of detail from original text on your own way. So it was said that even though your sentence or new your sentence you have written is different from the original text, but the idea and the main idea is still there. So then the last is refrain from constantly looking to original text when paraphrasing. So this is a way to refrain you from making mistake. So as much as possible, help yourself not to look at the original text, so your idea will not be so wala. So fifth is the paraphrasing text at the word level. Use synonym that fits the text. So as I say, as it say, a different word you can use a different synonym to change it. So paraphrasing text at the sentence level, change at active sentence to passive and complex to simple sentence or vice versa. So 7 is the retain the tone of original text. Then 8 is compare the paraphrased text to original text to assure accuracy. So after you have paraphrased the sentence, you must compare your output to the original text to see the differences or to look for the mistakes so it can be more accurate. And then 9 is the properly cite the source of the text you paraphrase. So still the important thing is that when you have gathered different information or data from different resources, you must cite them properly to avoid and to make yourself more convenient finding the said topic or the source.
Patent search. A patent search or patentability search is the process of evaluating the patentability of your invention. Patent application will be rejected by any authoritative patent offices you apply to, for example, USPTO, GPO, CNIPA, and etc. if a granted patent for the same invention already existed. Steps to do patent search through USPTO or US Patent Search or other online patent search tools, which is the global patent search. First step in doing patent search is keyword brainstorming. You can begin your patent search by choosing a relevant keyword if the patent search tool you are using offers more advanced search features such as semantic search. Such feature may help to identify your search intent and can provide you with the most accurate search result. Second step is find the relevant cooperative patent classification or CPC using your keyword. Once you find out the CPC classification that is most relevant to your invention, you can dig deeper and search for the patent documents that are similar to your invention.
Search through the patent document of both issued patents and published patent applications with most relevant CPC classification that you previously identified.
If you conduct a U.S. patent search using USPTO, you will need to go through all the patent documents in two databases. First, the published patent application database and the complete patent documents database. Using other online patent search tools to conduct global patent search, you will find that many of them will provide you with both related issued patent and the published patent application within one search. Step 4. Dig deeper for more related patents by using the citation of the prior art of the most relevant patents from your search. Once you have found the most similar patent application and issued patents, you can then expand your search scope by looking into their forward and backward citations. Looking through the citation and the prior art layer by layer can help you to get most comprehensive results. Some online search tools offer search features that can eliminate the effort required to go through the citations layer by layer. Utilizing such tools and algorithms may prove to be a more efficient and beginner-friendly way to do patent search. Step 5. Repeat the process to dig deeper and broaden your search scope. To broaden your search scope, looking into the non-US patents and non-patent literature in other authoritative patent offices is important. Looking into a patents family is also a great way to gain more insights or related information from other countries.